Hello, everyone. So this is another AMC problem. So this was 2019, number 25. Okay. So we have Alice has 24 apples, and in how many ways can she share those with Becky and Chris so that each of those three people will have at least two apples? Okay. So I'll try this kind of like two ways. So the first one is kind of tedious a bit, but it's good to know as well. So we want to find at least two apples for each person, right? So if you take one of those like apples, right, and give those three apples to each person will have one already, and then you got 24 minus 3, which will be 21 left, right? So as soon as you share one of them, you have 21 left. So I'm gonna call number of apples will Alice will have A, and like back is B, and Chris is C. So this has to be 21, right? So now I'll just find a way to find the number of ways to distribute these 21 left apples between those three people, okay, among those three peoples. So this guy could have, since we want to have at least two apples, and then we already gave one of them to each person, so each person has already one. So if I want to make sure every person will receive at least one more, then that will satisfy the given restriction. So which you can have this one, that's two, so that could be 19. So this could be one, this could be two, that's 18. So this could be one, this could be three, that's 17. So you can keep listing those. So this will be one, and this is 19, and this is one. So, I didn't change the A, so I can kind of organize my counting. So the number of ways I can split those with the Alice will receive only one, and then different ways to arrange the remaining is just 1 through 19, which is 19 ways, okay? So you have 19 ways to do this for now, okay? And then if I do the same thing with A plus B plus C is equal to 21. Let's say this is now 2, and let's say this is 1. So that's 3 already. And this has to be 18. And this is 2, that's 17. So you get the point. So if you just keep doing this, so this could be 18, and this could be 1. So these are all like 2s, right? So 1 through 18, there are 18 ways to split. If like Alice will receive two apples, there will be 18 other ways to split the remaining between those two people. So that's basically 18 more ways to do so. And if you keep doing this, there will be some really nice pattern, which is, let's see, in next step. So A plus B plus C. Now, let's say this is 21. Okay, let's say this is 3. Now this is 1. That's 4, so that should be 17. So that's 2, 16. If you keep doing this, that will be 17 and 1. So 1 through 17. So there is now 17 more ways to do. You see the numbers are keep getting smaller and smaller by 1. If you just keep listing those, you will see this is gonna continue all the way to the 1, which will be the last number will be, so A plus B plus C is 21. So this guy will be 1, this guy will be 1, so this guy will be 19. So if you have like Alice has 19 apples and other people will have 1 each, so that's just one way to do that. So I just start with A1, A2, A3, A4, all the way to the A19. So that will be a number of ways to do so. And if you remember, this is just some of the numbers from 1 through 19. So that's basically Gauss formula, 19 times 20 over 2. Or you can kind of pair them, but we have only 19 numbers. We have maybe if you want to pair them, so you can pair 1 and 18, that's 19. 2 is 17, is also 19. You can pair them and add them together that way, which is also okay. But that will be 19 times 10, which is 190. So that is my answer, which is not too big deal, especially if you have no idea about the second approach that I will talk. So you can kind of do this question like doing this way, okay? So this is first thing that we can do. And the second thing that I will try is something really famous. A lot of people kind of named differently. I'm gonna call like stars and bars. Okay, so stars and bars basically is a way to find the distribution of some identical object into some groups, okay? But to use this one, you should have some sort of background about the combination. So if you don't have that background, so probably it's better to stop at this point. So maybe learn that first and then move on after, okay? But if you do have some background about the combination, so you can take a look at this for sure. So with this one, you know, we have 24 apples and we are gonna split those into those three people. So I'm gonna still go with A plus B plus C, but you know, I just like to give one apple to each person again, so we can have at least one for each person, and then you are gonna have 21 left over, right? So now I need to have at least one, this person should have at least one, this person should have at least this person should have another one, right? So which means A, B, C is at least one in this equation. So the number of ways to split those 21 left apples among those three peoples, with each person will receive at least one apple, is the same as sharing 24 apples between those three people, having at least two apples the same, because I already took one of those like apples, like three apples, and just give those three people like one for each. So you have 21 left, and each person will now have at least one. So that is the same condition. Okay. So now you can kind of like use the same approach, which is what we already did, but let me try this a bit differently. So we have 21 apples, like think about apples are some stars, and then you have three people, which means you're gonna split 21 apples or 21 like stars among three people to split that. So you could do this like 1, like 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can list like some like stars. Okay, let's say you have 21 stars, okay, 21 of these. So if you have 21 of these, you want to make into three groups, but each person should have at least one, which means in order to make a group of three, so I need to divide this 21 into three groups with two dividers. Like if I have a divider right here and divider right here, so you know the first group will be number of apples that person will receive. The second group will be number of apples the second person will receive, and the last one will be C. So you could do it this way, or you can divide maybe this way and this way. So the A will be 1, B will be 1, and the remaining will be C. Or you could have maybe something like here, something like there. So the A will be these numbers, B will be these, and then C will be that. So the question became basically, how many ways can I place those dividers? But at the same time, I cannot place divider right here, because if I do so, this number will be 0, but I need to get A, B, C at least one. So which means this divider cannot go outside of those stars. So which means I should place those divider in these like gaps basically. Since we have, let's see how many gaps. Since we have 21 like stars, so we have actually 20 gaps like that. So we can choose 2 of those gaps to place the divider. So you have 20 gaps, which is one lesser than this guy. Okay. And then I need to place 2 divider, which is because we need 2 divider because we are making group of 3. So which is one lesser than number of groups that we are trying to make. So you just need to choose 2 divider, 2 spot for those dividers among 19, 20 spot, okay, 20 gaps. I think this was 21. So 21 minus 1. So that is gonna be same as this one. So that will be 20 choose 2. And if you remember, 20 choose 2 is the same as 20 times 19 over 2. So that will be 10 times 19, which is also 190. Again, I hope that's really makes sense. So you wanna make sure you remember the combination. So I just kind of made this question in a way that we can use the star and bars approach. So that could be, I guess, better than this first approach. But either one is good as long as you feel good about both. So I think that should be all fine. Okay. So I hope this was clear, and I'll see you in the next video.